Welcome back to another episode of The Doctor's In. I'm your doctor, C.G. Weinberg. Today, I want to talk to you about justice. Justice is one of the 102 great ideas from the Great Book Set. It has changed throughout history and whatnot, but it is a idea, concept that is super important to society. And I want to talk to you about it today. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like them, share them, comment below if you want me to talk about something in particular. Share them to someone you like, to someone who needs this, but help grow the channel. Do that, please. Going back to justice, though, there's a case that's blowing up in the news where I live right now about a young man who brought a loaded gun and 2 loaded magazines to his high school in Arlington, got expelled, and now they're letting him back in the school year, and basically the school district handled everything wrong. They didn't tell the parents about it, and now they're letting him back in, blah, blah, blah. That's what's prompting this video, is the incorrect understanding of justice within the Arlington School District and society at large. So, justice, what is it? It is making things right after a wrong. So you steal from someone, you give the thing back, pay them extra. That would be restoring the person. That's justice. So justice is consequences from an action. If you've done nothing wrong, you get nothing bad done to you. That's just. So it's keeping the standards level. Pretty simple concept. So the analogy, there you go. Dealing with the shooter, or not the shooter, he didn't shoot anyone. Dealing with the boy who brought the gun. Now, the boy who brought the gun to school got caught. I don't know. I have not researched if this guy was trying to do something stupid, if he was just being stupid, trying to show off, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the story. But there's clear policies within the Arlington School District that does not allow anyone to bring a firearm on campus. It's posted everywhere. If an adult were to do that, massive felonies, jail time, fines, blah, blah. Like, big problem. If I were to bring a gun on campus and do nothing with it and was caught by security, I would lose my concealed weapons permit. I would get a fine. I'd probably get jail time, blah, blah, blah. It'd be a bad thing. So, a kid did it. And he got expelled. Justly so. Now, nothing happened. I actually don't care if they expelled the kid and didn't tell any of the parents. Like, hey, we got a kid. He's gone. He had a gun. It's fine not telling anyone. The problem comes in, though, when they let him back in the school and say he is rehabilitated, so it's fine. He promises not to do it again. Great. I really hope the kid doesn't try to do it again. I really hope the kid is rehabilitated. But that does not negate the consequences of his actions. He should still be expelled. He was dumb enough to do this once. If he learned, great. This is a consequence of the action. Expulsion has to go somewhere else. Education is a privilege, not a right. Education at a particular institution is a privilege, not a right. Parents are the ones responsible. Parents should be raising the kid. If the kid is not allowed in any public school and they can't afford any private school, well, guess what? They get to homeschool. That's the consequences. You raise your kid wrong, you now get to educate him. So you failed once, congrats, you get to help him again. It is not the school district's responsibility to educate your kid. It's yours, the parents. This kid should have consequences for his action. That is the just thing. And this is a glaring thing for me right now, because one of my best friends growing up, my discipler, the best man of at my wedding, just got sentenced to 20 years to life in prison for something he did. And it's sad, but he totally did something wrong. He totally did it many times. And he earned this sentence. He actually earned worse than the sentence. This is a lenient sentence for all of what he did. And there are people around me who have been in contact with him who say he will never do it again. He's rehabilitated. and they're sad about how bad the sentence is. But here's the reality. He did the actions, and now he has the consequences for it. This is justice. He deserves more, actually, than what he's getting. And I love this man. But this is what happens when you break the law the way he did. He deserves it. He deserves to be in prison. His kids will all be grown by the time he's out, if he's ever out. And that is the consequences for his actions. He doesn't, he can be repentant. He can be rehabilitated. He may never do this again, which I pray for, I hope for. But that does not negate the consequences for the action. So just because you feel bad doesn't mean you get to escape consequences. That is life. So he should be in prison. This boy should be expelled. That is what justice is. And sadly, the people in my life who say my friend should have a smaller sentence, the people at the Arlington School District who say this boy should be allowed in school, actually have wrong views of justice. They would rather have mercy than justice, but justice must be the bedrock of society. In order to stop someone else from doing it, so this kid brought a gun, didn't do anything wrong. Okay, he needs to suffer consequences so that the next kid who thinks about maybe bringing a gun won't, because he saw what happened to this kid. Consequences is what trains the culture of a community to stop doing stupid, wrong, dumb, evil things. You need consequences as a lesson to everyone else. So if the kid is unrepentant, great. String out by his shoelaces, whatever. I would not give anyone capital punishment strictly for bringing a gun and doing nothing wrong with it. I'm not arguing that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we're not going there. But if the guy is repentant, he should still have consequences to train the next person to not do it. That is how society is protected from letting evil incrementally creep in. We must have consequence for what's wrong. This is what justice is. The Arlington School District is not being just right now, and they are wrong for it and should stop it. They should expel the kid, reverse their decision, and say, no, instead, we're going to do the right thing. We're not going to let him in. That would be the just thing to do. It protects the other students. It shows them the right thing to do. It helps the kid. It helps the parents. It helps everything. That's just the right thing. Now, I do think the Arlington School District actually isn't, it's atheistic. It's terrible, it's anti-Christian, blah, blah, blah. But it's not as bad as atheist school districts can go. They're not completely evil, they're just mostly evil. I really do hope they stand up for what is right here and do the right thing. I have something in my mind that thinks they might do that. But I don't actually foresee that happening because it's such an easy story to sell that we're trying to help the kid. And you're not looking at the greater picture on what that's training everyone else, that there are no consequences to your actions as long as you say you're sorry enough. So, think about that. This is what justice is. Go forth and do it. But we got to bring back consequences for actions. It is the bedrock to justice within society in order for society to flourish. You must believe that wrongdoing will be punished to stop you from doing it. This is the bedrock of society. Plato and Aristotle talked about it all the time. Plato said this is the only reason why men does any good is because, he says, men will do evil to everyone else around them for advantage. And the only reason why they won't is because they fear being back on them. So if two people unite together and say, I won't wrong you if you won't wrong me, that is more advantageous to them to do the right thing. But you must have systems in place to punish the wrongdoing for the flourishing of society. Aristotle had the sonum bonum concept of the greatest good, so he had a little bit different view on society, but still going towards the greatest good. But Plato was very a retalistic way of viewing society and justice in order to build a better society. So we've been thinking this way for 2,500 years, and we just recently decided to go away from it, and it's wrong. We should go back to the correct view of justice. And I mean, Plato and Aristotle were not the correct view, but they were more right view than what we have today. The Christian view on justice is the right view, which does actually include a death penalty. But we must view justice correctly. This kid should not be going to Arlington High School. My friend should be in prison. This is the correct Christian way to view these things. And with that, the doctor's out.